Good morning, everybody. It's Cindy the Scrapologist. I'm working on a project here that I thought I would just video for you. I really love covering tags in sewing pattern paper. And so I just wanted to walk you through that really quickly and show you some of the things that I do with it. One of the things that I do, in addition to the tags, I use this a lot. I even use it for wrapping paper, depending on who I'm gifting to. It just looks really cool. But okay, so in my last video you saw that I've got like 50 of these to get out. I haven't I've only barely started decorating them, but a couple of these will be a good example. One of the things that I like to do with sewing paper, what I like about it is it sort of acts like tissue paper in that you see that has an image of a plant under it. So there's tissue paper. I glued it on top of here, but you can still see the image underneath. It doesn't completely cover it up. Here it just adds a really cool element there with the sewing line, but it doesn't completely cover up the image. So I like to kind of tack it on things, and then the next step for these anyway is I usually do a little stamping of words on top of it so you can stamp on it as well. So that's one thing that I like to do, is kind of add another layer to a project I'm working on when I want to still be able to see the image underneath. But in terms of tags, I made a couple of custom orders and have all this paper left over, and I need tags for these pocket pages, so I'm making tags today to get ready to ship all this out on Monday. And so I'm just going to make one or two here with you and show you why I like tissue paper so much. I mean, sewing pattern paper. Well, it is kind of tissue paper too. So if you sort of spread out one piece and you look at the different images, it has a lot of cool elements on it. I really like this number 10. It has some really neat lines and arrows. So, and these are always nice. So I like to just try to match them up. For example, starting at one end, because I don't want to just cut this all into pieces. This looks really neat right there. So take an element and just kind of fit it on your tag. So it's very simple. Whoops, let me get my glue pad here. I don't like to glue on my cutting mat because it ends up looking like this and I never wash it. I'm lazy that way. I'm very organized, but when it comes to cleaning up dirty stuff, not so good about that. So I'm just going to get the glue stick here, position this where I want it. And I don't personally care if it has creases in it and bubbles. I like that. So it's totally up to you. Then I usually wait for it to dry, but just in the interest of making this not a super long video. Well, it's not working too well because it's not dry enough yet, but then I just tear it. You don't even have to really cut it, if you don't mind having a little bit more of a messy edge, which I don't. Goes a lot better when it's dry. And right now it's curling a bit, so I usually put it under my blotter when I'm done with it to nice and flatten it out. So let me just take the scissors here and trim a little bit, since it didn't tear quite as nicely as I wanted it to. Then I just take my edge punch, or angle punch, sorry, and decide which way you want it. I think I want it this way. And there you have just a really cool tag. I love it. Of course, you know me, I always have my Tim Holtz vintage photo. So I just ink up the edges a little bit. And that's a really neat one. Let's just do another one. So I like that. I work from the edge over so I don't waste too much paper, but what I do is I decide, do I want to put it this way or do I want to put it this way? And I do want to get that number 8 on there and the line across the bottom. And you see how quick and easy this is? And if you really like that vintage look, or if you're making a sewing journal, something of that sort, a sewing theme, this really looks nice. Oopsie. Let me close that up. There we go. Oop. Where'd my angle punch go? Oh, it's way over here. I put it way back there behind me on a different table. I don't know why I did that. There, see how easy that is? Doesn't that look cool? I love it. I love these. And this one has, can't get this out of the way here. This one has a lot of blank space here, so you can collage on it. You could add a piece of, let's see, you could add a piece of fabric, would look really cool. But for my pocket pages that I'm trying to get out for tomorrow, I will probably just stamp a little bit of words, a few little words there, talking about peace. Let's make one more because I have one more cut. These little things, believe it or not, I actually save these because I put them on, I use them for collage. So I don't save these. I'm not that bad, people. You get me. You understand. Because you probably do the same thing, saving all these little scrappy doos. Place frog here. That'd be kind of funny. Let's get that on the... Let's get that on here. And again, we'll have a nice little line across the bottom, which I like when that happens on some of the tags. Not on all of them, but it gives it a nice balanced look when you can get one of the sewing lines across the bottom. But then you've got the interest for your eye because then you have an angle. So it's not completely lined out, if that makes sense, if what I said just makes sense. So I really hope that this video finds everybody doing well and that maybe things are starting to get back to a little bit of normalcy in your life. I think it's time. We need that. For those of us who have art in our lives, and for me, music as well, because I'm a pianist, I think it's a little easier. Definitely when you have a hobby. I'm sure the quarantine was easier for those of us who have hobbies. How cute would this be if I could collage a little image of a frog on here? I don't sew. Um, I sew on paper, but I have no idea what any of these terms mean, so tell me below what a frog is. Place frog here. What is that? I really want to know. I'd like to start sewing one of these days, but you know, I really enjoy my Etsy shop. It's very busy for me, but still enjoyable, so I don't know that I really want to add another craft to my life right now. Someday, it'll be on my bucket list for retirement. So this is the crocodile angle punch. And I've shown in other videos how you can use your cutting mat to do that angle, but when I'm trying to crank out this many pockets to get orders out, I need to do it the quick way. But that's a cool one too. I think I'll leave that blank for now. So there, that's all I do. I really, really like the way these look, and I do a lot of them. So you can find this sewing pattern paper all day long at thrift stores. Hopefully soon we can get out and do some thrifting because I really miss it. I miss junking. Um, but that's the easiest place to find them is thrift stores. They're usually 10 cents a piece or less, you know, for a whole pack of them. So give it a try, guys. It's quick and easy and looks really terrific in a project. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.